how is the banking industry looking in terms of careers? Is it something that is continuing to grow that you encourage young people to get into? And I guess how do you encourage a more diverse group of young people to get involved in banking?
Mm-hmm. Well, I certainly think as banks change, I mean, we're certainly not the 9-to-5 place that we were 30 years ago, and we're not here half a day on Wednesdays like bankers used to be.
Bankers hours, right?
Bankers hours are a thing of the past, and so we have a much more remote workforce today. About a quarter of our workforce is working remotely. The amount of technology and the fintech that we use is, our IT department has just, grown exponentially over the last few years. And if you were an IT major, you probably didn't think, I'm going to go work for a community bank. But we've got a lot of young people with diverse backgrounds that are working in our IT area because it's interesting. I mean, we deal with cybersecurity and fraud. We deal, at a local level and a national level. We have some of the latest and greatest products, and how do we integrate different apps, and whether it be Zelle or Venmo or Apple Pay. I mean, all these various things that we have to think about how that impacts our customer base, because our customers want to use those products in a lot of cases. So how do we plug that in and bolt it onto our systems? And so I think that those are a couple of examples. I know as we've grown, we've done more and more marketing and kind of been more innovative with the brand. So I think for us, we just want to continue to grow. We want to continue to grow and be a beacon of strength in the markets that we serve. And we've been very fortunate to attract people from the workforce all up and down and side to side. So it's been exciting.
So being that you've seen a lot of this new technology, if you were to teleport yourself 20 years into the future, what would you see banking look like?
Mm-hmm. I think it's, primarily it's going to be on the phone. I mean, I think I'm not going to go out and say it's a cashless society, but certainly I think the prevalence of cash is going to continue to decline. And I certainly think we'll be able to do more and more on our phone. Right now we can take mortgage applications on our phone. So our mortgage advisors all have their own app, and so when a customer comes in to use to get a mortgage, they're driven to an app and they download it on the App Store. They upload their documents. They communicate that way in a very secure environment. And so I think you're going to see it evolve from there, and in all various facets of the business. And so we love to dream about those things, and that's really kind of circling back to the lab branch. I mean, that's where we really want to push this fintech out as it develops, just to see how customers adopt it, because customers don't always adopt the latest and greatest. Sometimes it might be the third or fourth version of a different technology that finally sticks. Sometimes it's about the branding and how things work, but it's going to continue to evolve, and we're not stopping technology. It's here, so we try to embrace it and leverage it.
You have lived in the area your whole life, right? Trumbull County, grew up,
right?
Matthews High School, right? Athlete.
Recovering athlete, yes.
Played baseball in college.
Yeah, right, yeah.
That's awesome. What did you want to be when you grew up? Or is that a simple question?
Yeah.
Major league baseball player?
Yeah. I'm sure that's what would go down. It's probably written in many of the Kevin Helmick archives that I want to be the shortstop for the Yankees. So, but that dream died when I was about 20 or 21. So it was off to other things. And no, I had wonderful upbringing in the being here from the Midwest, and the Midwestern values and work ethic is important to me and has been important to my family. So
followed in your mom's footsteps.
Yeah, I would say that. Yep. So my dad was in transportation, my mother was in banking, and so but they taught us at an early age about investing and in the stock market. My dad would take me aside, and he actually invested for us and helped us get through college with some of that money. And so when I came out, I was kind of a hybrid of both, because I went into banking, but I was a financial planner at a small bank in Niles. And so after I went to college, came back and grew my business there. And then in 2000, we merged with Farmers. So I became part of Farmers National Bank.
Ever since. So you've been here how long?
Yeah, so I've been here since 2000, so 20 years at Farmers, and then I was with my previous bank for 6. So,
What do you think the qualities are that have allowed you to progress in your career to really the highest level over that time?
I didn't always realize as I was going through. I mean, I suppose that it was intentional, but to me, it was rooted in a couple of things. I was always surrounded by good people, and so again, it wasn't always intentional, but fortunately, that's how it worked out, and it's more intentional today. And my advice for all young people, and I've told as many as I can, that make sure you put yourself around good people, and if you do that, and you make the observations of those people and their behaviors and decisions and patterns, that will help you. And then the other thing is that it's decision making and choices that you make in life. And so I think those two pair so well that if anything, I would impart on young people, striving for success or to develop a career. Those are a couple of things. I think by and large in the Midwest, I mean, we're taught such good values, ethics. I mean, ethics is such an important part of business. And we could talk about that a lot, but it's transparency, it's understanding what a true north is in your life. And just if you have that true north and how you develop towards that, I think is so important. So what those things are and how you prioritize them, putting yourself around the right people that enhance those things in you and they don't detract from them. And then the choices become easier as you kind of follow that path. So those are some things. And again, was I as intentional about that when I was 20 as I am today? No, of course not. But I was fortunate and blessed to have good family and good friends around me while I grew up and into my career. And it was great. So yeah, played a little bit of baseball in college, and that was a great experience. And so I have 3 sons now that are kind of in that age, and I enjoy being around them as they try their hand at different things. So,
are they already trying it with baseball, with Little League, and all that, and Pee Wee, and?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So it's really enjoyable because I just always wanted to pass along the love of the game, and so they have that and understand. Teamwork and friendships and those kind of things, and that's another thing. I mean, whether it's athletics, but the team atmosphere, kind of whatever if you collaborate with a unit, whether it be through athletics or social groups or something like that, understanding the value of teamwork and how one another's strengths and weaknesses kind of play into your life. That's so important in the workforce. There are many studies, and we subscribe to this at Farmers, that we love those people, those individuals that come into us that have a background of teamwork and understand it, because those types of collaborations are definitely what makes for a very strong culture and a very strong workplace.
You mentioned the importance of teamwork. What about reaching outside that team to peers and your counterparts elsewhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question, and we all need that. I think that one important thing for me is peers that do what I do. So we have a banking network that I'm on the board of the Ohio Bankers League, and that's a wonderful trade organization here. So it connects many of the bankers in Ohio. So I get that vantage point, and then also I'm part of a local leadership group. It's known as Vistage, and it's been very good for us to get together and share common problems and different ideas. And so you can't always go to your employees for some of those types of things. You just need a peer, and in my case,
CEO to CEO.
Yeah, and in my case as a CEO, it's good to go. And we have a wonderful board of directors, and it's can't always go to the board of directors. You just need that peer and that partnership. And so there again, I mean, I would offer that advice to whatever level of your career. You always have someone you report to, and you always have potentially people reporting to you if you're in management. It's always good to have a peer network and be able to rely on somebody to share ideas and collaborate with.
So if you were to describe, I guess, your leadership philosophy, what would that be?
Culture is so important to me. I mean, I think, creating an environment where we enable people to make decisions, and I prefer to model that and know that when I have the right information and enough information, making a decision and being decisive, I think that's so important in leadership. But also part of that is the inclusion of all the different ideas that you can get around you, and bringing those into the fold, and making sure you're getting the right information to make that decision. And I think by embracing that idea, it just creates such a better culture, because people know their voice is going to be heard, they know that their hard work is going to be noticed, and that they have an impact. And I believe that that's what people want to do. They want to come to work and they want to make an impact, and to empower people to make those decisions and to create the type of environment that they want to work in is so important.
Built for the 21st century American workforce, Eastern Gateway Community College has 2 campuses and is a national leader in online learning. EGCC.edu is a digital gateway where 30,000 students are quickly transforming their financial futures through degrees, certificates, transferable credits, and higher-paying jobs. And now, residents of the Mahoning Valley can enroll in summer classes for free. It's the EGCC Summer Guarantee. Eastern Gateway. America's new workforce starts here.